What's up, junkies? Welcome back in for another edition of Pigskin Junkies. Myself, Michael Larson, the big brother, Jared Larson, and first time ever guest of the pod with lots of hashtag and tangies, the one, the only Brad Miller.
What's going on, guys? I'm fired up. Thanks for having me, Larson Brothers.
He's back.
He is back.
Repeat guest.
And it's a big week, and we're going to get into it a little bit later, obviously. It's a big matchup for your Tigers, per se.
That's right.
You know, you always like to think Florida State's going to come out and give you a game, especially with Wet Noodle Hornibrook out there for the Florida State Seminoles.
Ooh, we play a faceless opponent. You know, we're just really focusing on playing our game, and you know, we respect everybody, and you know, it's going to be a good day in Death Valley, hopefully.
So we didn't really get a chance to. We were trying to get you on for the preview show, but obviously in the middle of a very heated pennant race, so things didn't really get a chance to work out for the season preview. But what, I guess, has been what was your expectation for Clemson, and then how are you feeling about your Tigers so far this year?
I think the main thing is my expectation was to be 5-0 at this point, and we are. But you know, I think there was obviously so much hype. I knew this team was good. But I wasn't worried about them reloading. They seem to always reload these last couple of years on defense. But, you know, I think the offense hasn't gotten into a flow yet, and that's all right. You know, last year, the fifth game of the year, we, you know, almost lost to Syracuse. And, you know, Kelly Bryant was our starter prior to that, and then we got rolling after. So, you know, I think we're gonna pick it up here pretty soon, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Brad, I got to ask, do you have, because Jared and I always joke, we get right into the winners. Do you have a couple selections for this week? Is there a card for you, per se, that you like?
Let's save it to gun to your head.
Save it to gun to your head. Love it. So, Jared, I believe you won last week, so I will let you I will let you take the first go. And then, Brad, I tell you what, I'll let you jump in there, and you can either Lee Corso us, or you can Kurt Herbstreit us, where you just agree with everything we say, or you just say not so fast.
It's like guest pickers on game day. First one is Friday special. Ooh. The University of Miami Hurricanes laying 2 at home against the Wahoos. We're sticking to the ACC, so maybe something that Brad can comment on. But this line reeks. You're seeing everyone and their sister bet in Virginia, and the line continues to move against Miami's move from a 1-point favorite to a 2-point favorite. Home team, unranked versus ranked. Give me the Canes here at home off a stinker last week to get it done against the Wahoos.
Ooh.
Love that pick, because I hate Virginia. Hate Virginia.
Well, then you're going to love this pick, because I am 3-0 head-to-head against Jared this year, and I am going with Virginia Cavaliers. I'm still butthurt about basketball, but I'm going to let it slide this one time. I'm going to Virginia on the road. Give me the points. I am going to eat them up. It's going to be ugly, but I like Virginia in this one.
Hate it. Hate Virginia. Just personally, on a personal level.
I was going to say, is that personal or just as a football team?
Completely personal.
You got to give them not so fast, my friend.
Not so fast.
Of course so.
Younger brother lacks the wisdom. Lacks the wisdom of the older brother.
You got to shake your pen at me.
He's not the talent. He's the producer.
Once again, I'll repeat the stat. I'm 3-0 head-to-head against Jared.
I mean,
louder for the people in the back.
Let's go.
Short-term results. Doesn't matter.
That's right. Too small of a sample size.
That's right. Yeah, not enough.
Only
game
7
number
weeks.
2. Game number 2, Eastern Michigan Eagles.
Ooh.
Laying 1 at home against a Ball State team that I think is pretty significantly overrated. Laid an egg last week against the Chippewas and Horsemouth, Jim McElwain. And I think Eastern Michigan gets right this week, coming back home. It's a team and a program that I like quite a bit. And candidly, I think a disrespectful number here at home should be laying at least a field goal. So I will take the Eagles to get the outright win.
I was on the happy side of the Chippewas last week, so that was nice.
I didn't disagree with that. Yeah.
That was the silver lining as I was in the swamp, his old stomping grounds, and watching my changes.
Yeah.
Brad, you got a lot of Eastern Michigan experience this year?
Yeah, you got to go Got. Yeah, Eastern Michigan is a scrappy bunch. I love the colors. I believe it's green and white. So I think you got to go with them too. Jared, he sounds like he's very convicted on them, which I love. So I'm just going to hop right in there. He's convicted. He knows them up and down.
Watch film every weekend.
It's the one MAC team that I'm locked into. Everyone else, no chance.
Next up for me, we're going to, they're not going to be burning a lot of couches this weekend, and this is a team Jared really likes. I got Iowa State Cyclones traveling to West Virginia Mountain Mama, minus 10.5. I don't like the hook too much, but I like Iowa State in this spot. I just haven't been that impressed when I've watched West Virginia play this year. So give me just a head coaching advantage and I think a talent advantage by the Cyclones.
Wow. So we agree on this one, Micah, because I was on Iowa State last week. Bloodbath. Crushed TCU Horny Frogs, and I expect them to get right here. I was on West Virginia last week also, unfortunately, against Texas. Look-ahead spot. They lost by 11. We're 10.5-point dogs, so we're not able to cover. I like Brock Purdy. I like Matt Campbell. I like everything about Iowa State, and I think they win this one pretty significantly in Morgantown.
Would you say that West Virginia is frauds? Would you say that? Are they frauds?
Ooh.
Based on their record, yes. Long term, no, because I actually really like their coach, the guy that came from Troy. Mm-hmm. But they don't have dudes. They don't have Adazio dudes.
No dudes. I like it, boys. Iowa State. Matt Campbell's a stud. I can't believe he's still at Iowa State. Mm-hmm. I have a feeling he's going to get a huge job here soon.
Jared scorned me last year because I said Florida should, or 2 years ago, he was like, who do they hire? I go, well, I mean, Campbell's out there. He's like, he's not going to Florida. I go, well, all I'm saying is he's a coach that I think is going to be, there's going to be a big program job here soon that I think.
But he'll go to like Tennessee or something and be terrible there.
Yeah, exactly. Tennessee's where dreams go to die now. It's not Death Valley. It's just, that program's in shambles.
Tennessee is the black hole. I was actually in Knoxville earlier this week, and so this will tie in nicely with Brad. The guy was telling me how much of a...
He'll be great until...
Go ahead, Brad. Lose you? Oh, you guys got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, sorry about that, fellas. So I was actually in Knoxville earlier this week, and allegedly Trevor Lawrence was a huge Tennessee fan, and then they were just total trash, so he went to Clemson. I don't know if that's vindicated at all, Brad.
He loved Peyton Manning, all that stuff, but you know what? Came to his senses, and he got with the winning. I mean, Tennessee's an absolute joke. Like, that's not a surprise. Like, Tennessee is an absolute dumpster fire, but we need them back just for football. I would like to see them back at some point.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I have Jared, you're gonna make fun of me here, and you notice how I start every pick with Jared's gonna make fun of me. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
I have
little brother, big brother.
I was gonna say classic little brother syndrome. Right there.
Oh yeah.
No.
Small brain. I'm going to the $5 Bits of Broken Chair Trophy game.
What the hell is that?
That's Minnesota versus Nebraska.
That was a real thing.
I forget. I think it was Bo's last year, and he said something about it was. I want to find the exact quote. I'll have to look it up. But either way, Nebraska looks horrible. Minnesota, I feel like offensively is good enough to cover the 7.5. Also, for this trophy, the last 3 years the home team has won. So, therefore, I think I am right in saying I like the Gophers in this one. Really, this team doesn't have anything to look forward to until November 9th when they take on Penn State at home.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I have not had positive things to say about Minnesota
for the
year, but they're 5-0, so we'll let it go. Next pick for me is LSU Fighting Tigers, laying 13 and a hook against Florida. I think we were in the stadium last week. You saw 2 huge plays from the Gators. They really didn't move the ball outside of that. I am not sold on Kyle Trask. He was at home. Now he's going to go to an extremely hostile environment against an elite defense in LSU. And this is really the first time in the last, let's call it 2 decades, that LSU has been able to move the ball pretty much at will. So I see a bloodbath here in the other Death Valley this weekend. LSU big.
Yeah, it's not even going to be close, right? I mean, that's.
I don't think so.
Nobody's shot, and that's the thing is like Florida's a solid team, but like I mean, going into Death Valley like that, the other Death Valley, like there's no chance. There's no chance. I mean, yeah, it's Florida. Unfortunately, is going to get smoked.
Well, there we go. I guess we'll save my pick for that one for gun to your head later. Next up for me, I got the big night game in the Big Ten. I got the Iowa Hawkeyes plus 3.5 against the Penn State Nittany Lions.
Ooh.
7:30 kick. So here's a fun fact. So these two teams are tied 17 apiece last year in Happy Valley. Iowa ended up scoring 24 points in that game, and all of those points were scored by the defense or the special teams. I mean, think about that for a second.
Yeah,
I'm very scared that I have to rely on Nathan Stanley to because I think Penn State's front seven is going to make him have to beat him with their arm. But it's October, and I feel like this is always when Iowa pulls one out, which is what scares me a little bit of this pick because I think Joe Public is going to be all over it.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. I think you're kind of on the square side with Iowa, although a lot of people were burned with Iowa last week against Michigan, so could be some trepidation there on backing the
I'm going to go with the
Hawkeyes.
phone a friend Iowa edition. My father here, lifetime Hawkeye fan. Penn State, what do you got this weekend? Who's taking it home? Wow, and he says Penn State.
Ooh,
wow. He's not very optimistic. So, I mean, but I've watched the game with him before. This is what he does. It's mental warfare. He says I was bad, but then, so he's not as let down. But it works a lot. They've won a lot of games. So, but he's going with Penn State. So,
oh wow.
I just had to snag him real quick. I saw an Iowan or whatever they're called, and I had to ask.
I was going to say, is that like the most Iowa thing ever? Saying we're going to get beat with trying to do reverse jinx, passive aggressive. Like, no, I really hope that we win, but if I pick the other team, then we'll win. Like that's back.
No doubt. Oh, it's all
what people do.
It's all mine.
Yeah. That's good stuff.
Yep.
We should watch an Iowa game with your dad.
Jared loves him some Hawkeye football.
I do love Iowa.
Yeah, he goes over there's a big group of Hawkeyes over in Bay Hill, and they watch the game at old Buck's house. And Buck, every time they score a touchdown, Buck just slaps the crap out of everybody's hand. It's pretty aggressive. So it doesn't happen much. But after the Iowa running back runs it 1 yard up the middle for a touchdown, they give big high fives.
So like 6 times a season, they all get welts in their hand.
Exactly, yeah. And they somehow go like 8-2 every year.
Yeah. Amazing to me.
Papa Roach.
Unreal. All right, Mike, I got one more. The Pac-12 After Dark late night chase game.
Ooh.
If you want to play this game, wait until the very end. The Arizona Wildcats in Tucson, 8 o'clock local kick, 11 p.m. East. David Hasselhoff told me himself that the Wildcats are going to win this game outright.
David Hasselhoff.
Wow.
I got Arizona.
Huge. Bear down.
That's right. I hate Kevin Sumlin.
Say bear down.
But I really like the spot. Washington, just a complete puke last week against Stanford.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be tough for them to get up off the mat now that they're not only playoff and title hopes are dashed, but their Pac-12 title hopes are dashed as well.
Yeah, Eason just can't seem to figure it out. That
Can't
guy
get it done.
Yeah. There you go. That's why Fromm's a starting quarterback. But
exactly.
I got one last pick, and then we'll go to gun to your head. And I know Brad's getting juiced for gun to your head. So we got
no doubt.
Brad's getting juiced to have a gun to his head for some reason.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
not quite sure why that is,
weird.
but
I got, and I know this will be another one close to Brad's heart. I got Wisconsin in my Wonka Vader, Jared. This one's for you.
oh wow.
Wisconsin minus 10.5, and I got the under minus 40.5. Yuck.
Ooh.
But Camp Randall's going to be 48 degrees. And it might snow. Nobody knows what the heck's going to happen. It's going to be ground and pound. It's going to be the Taylor show. And I just think that Wisconsin runs away with this one at home.
Not a lot of wiggle room on an under 40.5. That's
No,
for
there's
sure.
not. But you've watched these two teams play.
I will watch 0 seconds of this game. 0.
Yeah.
No
like
interest.
Every time I check, it's just Taylor has like 210 yards with like 4 touchdowns on like 28 carries.
Yep.
Every time. Automatic.
Yeah. So a little
He's
fun
a beast.
fact for this one, though, that this game, since 2016, has been decided by, it's been 3 straight games that this game has just been decided by 6 points or less. But not this weekend.
I was just saying, Mike is out here laying
Wow.
10.5,
Yep.
like a noob.
Like a
Wow.
Noob
noob.
whale.
I've been burned by Wisconsin before, but I feel like that's
Follow
because they're
your
playing
own
Northwestern.
stats.
Yeah. I mean, stats are made to be broken, just like rules. You know, so you got to break
That's right.
tendencies eventually.
Stats are made to be broken.
Records are made to be
That's
broken.
the thing.
Yeah, that's a saying. It's a real thing, I swear.
That is
So
a saying.
for our gun to our head segments, Brad, right now, the producer or the non-talent, myself, is 5-3, and Jared is 3-5 on the year. First game up on the ticket, we got the Red River rivalry, and Brad, you have to try and say that 5 times really fast.
The Red River rivalry. Red River rivalry. Red River rivalry. Red River rivalry. Red River rivalry.
Look at that. I bet you can chew gum and pat his head at the same time, too.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Whatever I got to do.
So Oklahoma minus 10. A lot of smack talk going on in this one that Jalen Hurts hasn't experienced a rivalry game like Texas, Oklahoma.
I mean, come on. SEC, it just means more. It just means more. I'm taking a 10. Wow. I'm going to go with Texas.
Ooh.
Oklahoma's going to win, but Oklahoma's going to cover. Sorry, Oklahoma's not going to cover.
Yeah, Texas is going to cover.
So
That's all right.
pick is Texas. Yeah, Texas. Exactly. Not a gambler, but you know what?
But you're
what's
trying,
gonna
and that's
happen.
what matters.
It's okay. That's what I
trying.
like most of. That's
Bring
what I
in
like
the
most about
intangibles.
baseball. That's what I like most about baseball betting. You don't have to worry about spreads. You just pick winners.
Yeah.
Who's going to win? Who isn't going to win? There's none of this other nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll push back there. I'm taking Oklahoma. I've been on this team pretty much all year, just mowing offensively. I think Texas is going to try and slow it down. I don't think they'll be too successful in doing so. I like Oklahoma. Late
Ooh.
points. I think this is probably a 2 or 3 touchdown win.
Whoa, I like it.
I have been on
In
the
a
wrong.
rivalry game.
Yeah, in a rivalry game. I know that's when I saw this line originally. I have been so terribly wrong on this. We've been doing this podcast now. This is our 3rd year, and I've been able to pick this game 3 times, and I have whiffed every single time. So that's why, as tasty as I was, like, I want to be all over Oklahoma in this, but this is why it's gun to our head, because this is, if I had to make the pick, I would make it Oklahoma. But I will not. I repeat, I will not be putting any money on Oklahoma.
Well, Brad,
Wow.
you just won. This is already decided. They don't even need to play a game anymore.
Wow. All right.
It's over.
Well, it's the under. I mean, everyone always loves Herman in the the underdog role.
It's true. You're not wrong.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I saw that stat. That's pretty wild. Yeah. What? Okay, hook 'em. Right? Isn't that what he said?
Yeah,
Okay, hook 'em.
that's what they say. Every school in Texas has some sort of saying and hand signal. It's stupid.
Yep. Okay,
Yeah, the
hook 'em.
stupid hand signals.
Gig 'em. Speaking of gig 'em, Alabama
right.
minus 17 on the road at College Station against the Texas A&M Aggies.
Can I go first?
Yes.
Yes.
Alabama.
He
That
was
was
so
easy.
excited to give that one.
That was easy. I mean, come on,
He's
guys. Texas A&M are frauds. Like, unfortunately, they're frauds.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you, Brad. I think this one's going to be ugly early, often. It is a pretty big number, so 18 points does concern me that Alabama gets out to like a 28-31 nothing something lead like that, and then A&M finds a way to claw back in kind of late in the game. So I'm not a huge fan of this big number, but I will lean Bama and lay the lumber, which pains me to say.
Yeah.
Lean them.
So we got the trifecta here, which is terrifying. But, I mean, we all saw what Auburn did on the road at Texas A&M, and I think they have a way more capable offense and a way more capable defense than what we have. So I just think it's a no contest. Next up, a game I already picked, so I'm on the Iowa side. We got Penn State versus the Hawkeyes, minus 3.5 for the Lions.
I made a celebrity. I haven't made a pick yet. I'm going to go with the Hawkeyes. Shock the world. Shock the world.
Phone a friend.
Yeah.
Phone a friend.
Yeah.
I like Penn. I like Iowa here too. I think a lot of people are scared to bet Iowa after what happened to them last week, getting embarrassed, only scoring 3 points against Michigan. Bring them back to Kinnick. I think it's a get right night game, which is a rare occurrence. Yeah, back in Kinnick night game, which doesn't happen very often. Ugly game here. Ugly. Like 17-13, 21-18, some kind of shit like that. Iowa. Ugly.
We can bleep that out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Some sort of just gross football game that no one's going to want to watch. But us.
0 seconds to that game, too.
Mm-hmm. And last but not least, I'm also jumping on the try. So we got 3 trifectas here, which is terrifying. I also have LSU in this, so that means just dump the truck on every single pick. Yeah, exactly. Fade it hard.
Bet your bank account on Florida.
Yeah. My thing with that game is that everyone all week has been, so it's been 3 years since Florida's played in Death Valley. All LSU's been hearing all week is that their defense isn't as good as it has been. They gave up 30-something to Vanderbilt. Florida, they think, has a better offense than what they've had with Franks. And I agree. But all this LSU team is hearing is like negatives about their defense, and I think this is one of those games that prime time, Ragin' Cajuns, go Tigers, that they're just going to come out and lay the lumber from the start. Yep. That place is going to be absolutely ruckus.
Yep, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome.
Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Other go Tigers.
But Brad, I know you gotta run. You got some stuff you gotta get to. But I want to say thank you again for joining us on the show. We really appreciate it.
Love you guys.
Yes.
Love you guys. Mean it.
Love you guys. I always appreciate it. First time caller, long time listener, of course, right?
There you go. Yes, of course. Believe it.
And we know he's picking Clemson.
Yes, and we know he's picking Clemson.
I mean, it's gonna be a laugher. It's gonna be a laugher.
How many touchdowns are they winning by?
They're just all of them. I don't know.
All of them.
I mean, it's
70-0.
It's going to be 28 points. Well, it'll be 4 touchdowns. I mean, it's going to get really out of control. It's going to get chippy at the end.
Ooh. I like it.
I like that. Are you going to any games this year or no?
I'm going to go to some in November, I think. Going to go to some in November and try to catch up on the boys. I want to let them get in a rhythm first, and then show up and be ready to roll.
Nice, dude. Well, thank you again for coming on. I know,
of course, guys.
Someone was like, "Hey, is Brad coming on?" I'm like, "He's kind of in the middle of the pennant race right now. He didn't have time for our lowly podcast.
No,
didn't turn out how we wanted it to, but
now I'm on the couch, so I'm ready to roll.
Who wins tonight, Rays or Astros?
I'm going to take the Astros because they're up 4-0 in the first.
Oh shit!
There you go.
At least I didn't ask you who you thought
for the game. I'm taking Houston.
Yeah, I was gonna say either way. At least I didn't ask you who was gonna win the Braves game last night. Halfway through the first.
Wow!
Yikes!
That was something else. I mean, shoot, they might score 10 right here.
That's true.
Who knows? Woof.
Crazy. All right, boys. Well, thanks for having me.
You bet. Safe travels.
All right, see you, Brad.
All right, see you guys.
So that was Brad Miller joining us once again. Like we mentioned at the start of the show, first time guest. He's got a big move tomorrow, so we kind of grabbed him as fast as we could before he started getting ready for next season. I think that's the craziest part.
Is he moving, like moving?
For the summer, yes. He's going to be packing up and moving out.
The winter, summer.
Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean. His off season.
It is summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's crazy with professional athletes now is like a lot of these guys talked about, you talk to anyone 30, 40 years ago that was a professional athlete, when they came home in the off season, it was, I was working another job or something like that. Like they didn't practice baseball. And then when they went to spring training, it was like, okay, I'm getting a bat in my hand again. Like
oh shit, we got to do this over again.
Yeah.
I got to relearn how to swing this thing.
Yeah. Where now I'm literally swinging a bat every single day of my life. Yeah. And throwing, and which is just, it's crazy. But that, it goes to show you why the athletes are the way that they are now. So I'll recap my picks first, and then I'll let you go next, Jared. I got Wisconsin in the Wonka Vader, minus 10.5 versus Michigan State, and then the under 40.5. So I feel like I'm going to hit at least one of those. like I mentioned,
it's probably true.
Yeah.
If it's low scoring, you'll get one.
Yeah.
Although there's not a lot of wiggle room with 40 and a hook.
I just think if there's a lot of scoring, it's going to be Wisconsin that does the scoring and blows the under, but then they win by more than 10.5. Next up, I got Iowa at home against the Penn State Nittany Lions, plus 3.5. Friday night special, I have Virginia. Jared, I know, has Miami at -2. I got Virginia at +2. Iowa State going on the road to Morgantown, minus 10.5 against the Mountaineers. And then the Golden Gophers at home, minus 7.5 against Nebraska.
Mike is back on the Golden Gopher bandwagon.
That's true. I went back-to-back weeks. No UCF on the card, though.
No what? Sorry?
No UCF on the card, but it's because they're playing BYE.
I was going to say, I think they're playing BYE this week, which means they will remain national champions for against BYE for one more week. So my selections: Miami Hurricanes -2, Eastern Michigan Eagles -1, Iowa State Cyclones -10, potentially 10.5. That's fine. Even 11 is fine. Arizona, wait until you get closer. I think I saw some 6s now. I think you'll see 7 by kick time in the Wildcats. And final selection is, it's not coming to me. Micah, help me out here. LSU Tigers,
yes.
-13.5.
The big one.
Lumber, bloodbath. You're going to be hearing a lot of neck on Saturday night. I think it's going to be out of control. I see like a 42 or 45 to 10, 14, 17, something like that. Ugly for the Bayou Bengals.
Yeah, I think if Florida doesn't come out and neutralize the crowd early, it could get out of the way fast.
Yep.
Oh, no.
I agree.
They just released a video, and Booger McFarland's doing the narration for the LSU hype versus Florida.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Is that a curse? I think it could be.
I watch I don't know. Who's Booger McFarland? I watch the Monday night games on mute.
ESPN Deportes.
Are you obejote?
¿Qué pasó? Oh, man. Well, Jared's got to catch a flight, so this is our version of an airport recording. So we had airport, we had Brad being Gordon Ramsay, and me sitting at my home by myself. So we're rocking and rolling. We have a great life. But we're going to watch some Thursday Night Football, and we're going to get after it. It's going to be a great weekend, Junkies. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
See ya.